Ready?
Okay, after some help from my technical assistant, the wife, I'm ready for week 2 review. Here we go. Larry, this is for you. Love those chocolate balls. And moving on, here we go. First round, NFL teams that suck. And here they are. New Orleans, blow. Minnesota, blow. Oakland, blow. Cost me a fortune on my polls. Hopefully I won't pick them again. Moving on to the reviews. This week, Dogs Bollocks, that's me. I played Haggis and Punch-Out. Got my ass kicked in both games due to inept management and terrible performances. Leaving Trent Richardson and Danny Amendola on the bench for combined about 60 points. Don't know what the hell I did that for. And of course they kicked my ass. Punch-Out had the best score of the week, 157. Good play, Matt. And Haggis had a very solid performance at 140. I came in at number 6. So not a bad week in scoring, but not a good enough to win. Tough division ours, very tough division. High scoring teams. I think we're going to do well this year. Let's have a look at some of those teams. So Punch-Out, steady all round. Breeze and Rivers played pretty good. Bo and Harvin, solid performance from the Whiteheads. So anyway, great score, well done. Thunder Buddies. Unfortunately, this is the team that struggled in our league this week, in our division. 104, that's the 11th best score, and pretty much got his ass handed to him by Haggis and Punch-Out, so those high-scoring teams. Although he did have some good performances, he was always going to struggle after Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall only combined for about 5 points after that Thursday night game. So it's pretty much of a struggle, uphill battle from there. He did get good performances from Vincent Jackson and from Vernon Davis. So maybe it's not the end of things and we can see a turnaround from there. But again, our division is pretty tough. So I think we'll all be looking forward to playing teams out of the other divisions and maybe getting some wins against those weaker teams. So we'll move on to the next division. Next division, Scorpions. Very good performance, 155 points, second highest score of the week. And he had solid performances. Houston, great, another great week from there, 22 points. And Roddy White, Selleck, and McGahee, pretty much a good solid set there, tight end, wide receiver, and running back. He's probably the top team in that division, and I think he's definitely going to go on. Matched up, he was playing G.I. Joe and Chops. G.I. Joe had a good week. Scored 124 points, 7th highest score. And then we get to Chops. Chops, he did the review of everybody's draft picks. Thanks for that, Mark. Unfortunately, I think you said you ranked yourself a little higher than maybe you needed to be. Remember, this is a team that picked 2 players for 50% of the draft of their auction value, and they only scored 20% of his points this week. So he's going to struggle. I'm sure he's going to be busy on the trade and the waiver wire. So we'll see where that goes. The other team, Tenacious T. Big revenge match. He played Pork Chops. There was a lot of critiquing, I should say, the word from Pork Chops about Tenacious Team's team. And he's, I guess he proved his point. Tenacious T got 128 points, 5th highest score. Playing Chops, the lowest score. So revenge was hard, and I'm sure it tasted very sweet to Chris. Good job, Chris. Chris had good performances. Although when your defense scores 30 points and your kicker scores 17, which is more than a third of your score for the week, I don't know where you can go from there. So well done anyway, and keep it going. Fitzgerald, probably one of the best wideouts, performed poorly again. So if he'd performed well, I guess you would have got a lot more points. So I'm sure you'll get better from there, Chris. Well done. G.I. Joe was the other team in that division. I said 124 points. He had a pretty good week in the respect of how he played. It was a tight game against Tenacious. He was unlucky to come out with 2 losses for the week. But I like this player. He's got good quarterbacks. Matt Ryan and Ryan Smith, who I didn't rate at the start of the season. I think he's performed very well. Rice Wallace and the Bears defense. So I think going forward, he's definitely got chances to get some improvement from there. That'll bring us to the last group. This is Mr. Bada Bing's group, and of course everybody knows Rob out there. He had a very lucky week this week. I think he should have went down 2-0 or 0-2. He played Underdog and he played Curtis. Underdog was a very tight game. It was going down to the last few players there. Nate Burleson unfortunately couldn't do it. It was a shame. It ended up a 4-point victory. Bada Bing had the 8th highest score, 117, and Underdog had 113, which rated, I think it was like 11th. So, oh no, maybe 10th. I can't remember exactly, but pretty good play. Bada Bing had good play from Big Ben, Wayne, Reggie, and Deshaun Jackson. But he did leave a lot of points on the bench. I think it was like 50, maybe 60 points on the bench. Ben Tate and Hakeem Nicks, who had great games. So if he'd maybe picked a different lineup, he may have got 2 wins. So, I guess you take the rough with the smooth. Curtis had a great week. And this is kind of another funny one. Pork Chops rated him the worst team in the draft. So, Curtis performed excellently, 150 points, second highest score or the third highest score of the week. Great player. Andy Dalton, a $1 quarterback, excellent. Cam Newton, great play. Gronk, of course. Jimmy Graham, great play from both of those. And so I'm pretty much sure that Curtis is saying, how do you like me now? So we will see how it progresses for the rest of the season. He is still struggling a little bit at the running back position, but had great play from other positions. And finally in that division, we have the French Army. French Army played Curtis, and he also played Underdog. He lost both games. 113 points from Underdog was enough to beat French Army's 104, which is the second lowest score of the week. And Curtis's 150 obviously kicked his ass. He did have some good play. Crosby, kicker, Bills, and these 2 quarterbacks, Eli Manning and Luck, I think it performed very well, and they could see some surprising, more good performances from them the rest of the season. Jones and Hill, that was the trade that kicked my ass last week. They performed, 50 points last week. I guess they made up for it this week. They got a combined 3.5 points. And the guy who traded to me, one of the guys still got me 0, Blackman, but the other guy scored 15. So I guess I won this week if you wanted to score it that way, but not by much. Looking forward to next week. We're out of the division and we're getting to play some of those easy pickings. So I'm looking forward to some of them coming up, and I'm sure the rest of you are. We might get to see a previous show this week. I'll have to maybe have a chat with Rob, and maybe Rob will be able to give a preview on the games coming up, or we might get together and do a little a 2-team action. But looking forward to next week. So good luck to everybody, and I'll sign off there.